Hi. We just had a 4.3 to 4.7, depending on which news network you listen to, earthquake in Southern California. And I'm probably not going to go to sleep anytime soon, so I thought I would get on here and do a little book review, which I've been meaning to do for some time. This book was sent to me by a dear friend of mine that I've known since junior high in New Mexico, and it was written by Natalie Goldberg, and the name of the book is Let the Whole Thundering World Come Home. And this is the book. And I'm not sure if you can buy this on Amazon. I should probably check that out and post a link if you can, but this book really spoke to my soul. In addition to that, my friend Catherine had it signed for me. So I was just absolutely delighted. I love books that are autographed, and this one, Sang for Lisa, was very touching. So anyway, down to the book. This book is a memoir, as it says on the title. It is the cancer story of Natalie Goldberg, and it is a journey in and of itself, a transition in her life. She was very active in the New York scene, and she made a transition to New Mexico, and just the whole journey there, and her relationship with her wife, and just a beautiful love story, a beautiful story in and of itself, if a cancer story can be beautiful. But Santa Fe, if you don't know, is a large, it's the capital of New Mexico, and it's a large community, but it doesn't have all of the greatest whiz-bang, latest and greatest treatment centers as Albuquerque. So for a lot of her treatment, she had to travel. And during the midst of this whole nightmare of being diagnosed, she had to travel to Albuquerque, and then her spouse was also stricken with cancer. So they were doing a dual battle and in tandem with one another, and it was just very, very stressful. But how it's described and how it's related, and how she is in touch with, you know, the spirituality of her life, and her quietness, and her neighborhood, and her community, and just the descriptions in the book are so richly New Mexico, and that's where my roots are from, that I couldn't put it down. It was a page turner. And I read it, I tried to flip through it recently and refresh my memory, but I read it when I was first diagnosed, right after Catherine sent it to me. And it was just very, I don't know. It was like a spiritual journey for me, because the imagery was so richly New Mexico. And one of the things that I recall that moved me so deeply were the community that she was a part of, that would bring her food and sit with her and have tea with her and drive her and take care of her wife at the same time. You know, this was going on at the same time. I can't imagine the horror of that, and having to come to grips with your own mortality, and at the same time that of your spouse. Because during my cancer journey, my husband was well, and he took great care of me, and my children are well, and you know, everybody participated. This book is just, if anybody is from the Southwest, you need to pick this book up. Even if you're not a cancer patient, it's just a very richly spiritual, and I don't mean spiritual exclusive of Christianity, but I don't mean it as strictly Christianity. There's a lot of just general spiritualism of life, and Zen and mortality and what's the meaning of all this that goes into this book. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because my dear friend sent it to me, and maybe it's because she had it autographed for me. Maybe it's because I'm from New Mexico, but this book is one of my all-time favorites. So, Let the Whole Thundering World Come Home is the name of the book. This is my spirit guide, Mrs. Beasley. My room is not the greatest looking shenanigans right now. We've got a lot going on in the household, but the little earthquake kind of rattled me a little bit. So the next book that I hope to review is one that another friend sent to me, so stay tuned for that. This one is a page turner. It really is, and I highly recommend it. So once again, this is the book. I will check on Amazon to see if it's available on Amazon. But this, just the strength and courage and fortitude that she faces this disease with. And I mean, it's raw and it's very grounded in reality. But at the same time, there's just this beautiful imagery of the Southwest and Santa Fe and New Mexico and life and spirituality that goes hand in hand with this book. So anyway, I hope you pick it up. I hope you give it a read, and I will be back, I don't know, maybe in a week or two with another book review. I hope these are helpful because it's hard. It's hard when you're going through a cancer diagnosis and you're trying to figure out where you are and what you're going to do. And, you know, there's 1,000 doctors to pick from. You don't know which one. And it's nice to pick up a book and feel like you're not alone, because you're not. So anyway, Let the Whole Thundering World Come Home. And I recently had an opportunity to have a lovely lunch at Catherine's house in Santa Fe, and just really reconnected with her and got to give her a hug, even in the middle of a pandemic. Yes, I did give her a hug, and thank her wholeheartedly for this book because it really, really spoke to me. I don't know how she knew, but she did. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this, click the like button, subscribe. I'm going to try very hard to do more frequent videos. Thank you. Bye.